Hey guys, I'm the 50s Kid. In this video, I want to talk a little bit about the metric system versus the imperial system. I'm here in America, as I think you know, and we've been using the imperial system for a long time, and we're slow to change. Even though we don't use the metric system as our dominant system, we still understand it. When it comes to engine rebuilding, we definitely still use the imperial system just because tradition, mostly because, you know, here in America, by far when you're talking about rebuilding engines, you're talking about Chevys. You know, Chevy has the lion's share of all the rebuilding market just because it's been such a customizable platform for so long, and they're so plentiful, and there's so many aftermarket manufacturers of different pistons and rings and so on. There's so many options. But because of that, because you're typically working on older stuff from the 60s or 70s, you still have to know the imperial system. So it's just kind of stuck around. And that's the reason that I chose to buy imperial tools, measuring tools, when I did my recent rebuild. I realized it's a BMW engine and all the BMW specs are in millimeters and so on and so forth. And another consideration was the fact that so many of my viewers are not from the US. I get comments from you guys all the time. You say hi from Portugal and hi from Dubai, and I really think that's cool. I mean, it's great to know that everywhere in the world, no matter what country, there's some guy who's trying to fix vacuum leaks on his BMW. It's actually really cool. So I understand that a lot of you, when you're watching my rebuild, you're seeing I'm using the imperial system, and it looks like you don't understand what's going on there. Setting that aside, the primary reason I chose to use the imperial system is because I'm probably going to rebuild another engine at some point, and it very well could be a Chevy or something, and so I just needed to use the imperial system. And it's not hard to convert from one to the other. There's a very simple conversion to convert millimeters to inches. You either multiply or divide by 25.4. I forget which one it is, but 25.4. It's really easy to remember that. So I can personally convert between the two, and it's not that difficult. First, I want to flat out say, I do agree the metric system is better. We should be converting to the metric system here in the US. The metric system is just easier to use because you don't have to know how many of what unit is in a large, how many of a smaller unit is in a larger unit. You don't need to know that there are 12 inches in a foot, or I don't know, 3 feet in a yard. You don't have to know all those things, and it's a base 10. The metric system is a base 10 system. Everything is based on 10. So you've got tens and hundreds and thousands. That's where the metric system definitely excels. But with all that being said, recently someone commented on a couple of my videos that the metric system was more accurate than the imperial system. And that is the thing, that comment, that particular wording, that kind of bothered me, because it just showed a general ignorance of the imperial system to begin with. It doesn't matter which system you use. One is not more accurate than the other as a system. The system is just, you know, a way of dividing measurements up into smaller bits, or accurately representing how big a particular thing is. One system is not more accurate than the other. Accuracy is all about how precise your measuring tool is. And what I mean by that, how precise, is how many decimal places does it go down to. You can see this one measures 4 decimal places. There are some less expensive, less accurate versions of this tool that will only measure down to 3 decimal places. That is going to be less accurate. If you go down to 4 decimal places, it's going to be more accurate. The metric, this is in inches by the way, the metric equivalent of this precision would be 1 decimal place versus 2 decimal places. So a cheaper metric outside micrometer is only going to measure to 1 decimal place, and the more expensive, more accurate version is going to measure to 2 decimal places. And that is really what makes your measurement more precise and more accurate, is how good your tool is. It's not which system you use, not which measuring system you use. So I want to know what you guys think about the metric system versus the imperial system. So go ahead and leave a comment below. Speaking of comments, I know I don't get a chance to answer every single one, but I do read all the comments you guys make on all my videos, and I want to thank you for doing that, because you're awesome. I release a new how-to video every Sunday, and sometimes I release videos during the week as well, like this one. So consider subscribing because I got a lot of awesome videos yet to come. I am the 50s Kid. Thanks a lot for watching.